Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Renegade Operative here, and once again, I am coming at you with another late and out-of-date gaming news video. Now, of course, I am going to also talk about PlayStation Experience later down the line. That is also a late video that I got around to working on, but I never finished it, so I scrapped it. So I'm going to turn that into a lost files format. Hopefully, you guys still enjoy me talking about PlayStation Experience 2016. But let's get back to the topic at hand, and that is talking about Guerrilla Cambridge. Guerrilla Cambridge officially got shut down by Sony on January 12th, 2017, and I wanted to give my overall thoughts on that as a gaming news video. For the first key point here, we're going to talk about their history as Guerrilla Cambridge and what particular games they worked on. As far as I know, Cambridge Studio worked on Riggs, and they worked on Killzone Mercenary for the PlayStation Vita. Riggs was that mechanized combat game that you can pilot a mech in PlayStation VR, and they were also known for being the creators behind the MediEvil series. So if you look back in the PS1 days, they created MediEvil back then. They created games like Ghost Hunter, 24/7 the video game, Little Big Planet on the PlayStation Vita. They also assisted Ninja Theory in Heavily Sword. They also assisted the main Cambridge studio with Killzone 2, and there's some other particular titles here as well. As you can clearly see from the history of Guerrilla Cambridge, they aren't particularly too stand out when it comes to big time studios like Naughty Dog, like Insomniac Games. They aren't particularly well known either. They only have a few standout titles at best, and obviously the biggest thing on this list to me, in my opinion, that stands out is Killzone Mercenary and MediEvil. So while I appreciate those games, while I am going to get Killzone Mercenary eventually down the line, I'm going to go back and I'm going to get the MediEvil series again on the PS1. I might get them on this. There is nothing really stand out about the things that they have done. They worked on some PlayStation Eye games too, which really isn't too interesting in my opinion, some iToy games. So I think that this company was heavily underutilized. As for the remaining two bullet points of will this hurt Sony in the long run and will this affect the current state of their IPs? The answer is quite simply no. I mean, I'm pretty sure they own MediEvil. I'm pretty sure that is a property of theirs. They can do anything they want with it at any time. It's not going to hurt Sony in the long run. I guess when it comes to variety's sake, I mean, it's another closed studio, so it's never really a good thing. That's what I want to say. It's never really good, but at the end of the day, I mean, there's reasons behind everything, unfortunately. There's reasons behind why things close. There's reasons behind why Sony closed down Zipper Interactive, and they were the heads of the SOCOM team. And I would have loved to see another SOCOM game, but the last SOCOM game they made was SOCOM 4, and that game was not that great. I assume some of these studios closing are because the reasons of their games are just not that great, or some of their games that come out are just underwhelming and mediocre in sales, and it really doesn't meet anything when it comes to Sony's profits. So it's unfortunate. I think it was unfortunate in the case of Zipper and Evolution Studios a lot more, because they made games like, you know, the MotorStorm series and the SOCOM series respectively, so they had something to their name when it came to more established IPs. But it is sad to see Guerrilla Cambridge go. I just don't think they were as well known as certain studios was in certain circles. So like I said, it's always a buzzkill, but I think the people that lost their jobs, they are definitely going to find employment down the line, because they do have the Sony brand attached to their resume. So I do wish them the best of luck in their job hunts. As for what can come of the future of the IP that they let go, which is MediEvil, I have no clue. My friend told me that the remake of MediEvil Resurrection, was not the greatest. They changed some story elements around, and Guerrilla Cambridge was responsible for making that remake. So I don't know what they're going to do with the IP. Sir Daniel was in PlayStation All-Stars to my memory, so they did utilize that character in some degree. They have some respect for that character on the PlayStation 1, but what they will do for him in the future, what remains to be seen, what will remain to be evident in later conferences and later E3s and later pressers remains to be a mystery. So this is Renegade Operative signing off, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the closure of Guerrilla Cambridge. It's disappointing, but I say the consensus is a lot of people probably don't recognize them, and it's a shame because I do think that the MediEvil series was very important to some people. I'm pretty sure that Killzone Mercenary was important to some people. I don't think they're going to shut down the online unless Sony gets the final say so, because they did this for Resistance. Sony usually leaves Killzone servers up, so Resistance got shut down, unfortunately, but they leave those Killzone servers up. It's probably not going to get any more updates on the Vita as far as that game is concerned due to the dissolved studio, but hey, I mean, at least they're keeping the game online and active to some degree, so that is a positive in my opinion, that Sony does care for some of their games on certain platforms when it comes to keeping the servers up. But yeah, man, this just made me reminisce so much about MediEvil and Resistance. I'm about to shed a tear, a manly tear, motherfuckers. Keep in mind, it's a manly tear. So I will see you guys next time. I hope the future is bright. I really enjoy being a PS4 owner and a PC owner, and I love the games that I get. It's sad news, unfortunately, but again, we can only look forward to the future, and hopefully the future is bright and full of good decisions. I will see you guys next time, and if they aren't full of good decisions, I will talk about them. I will see you guys next time. This is Renegade Operative signing off. Peace out.